Do you trust your own frequency? When you walk into a room, do you know what it is you're picking up? Do you trust the frequency that you are and that you're able to tune into? This is what I would love to share with you today. Welcome to the Art of Tuning In podcast. I'm Dr. Maria Furlano. It's great to have you here. And if you've been here a while, thank you, by the way, for watching and listening in. I teach all about frequency tuning your frequency to align your energy to improve every aspect of your life. I specialize in medical Qigong and Chinese medicine. And when we use these types of practices to realign our energy, we can tune our frequency. And when you are someone, and if you're watching or listening to this, most likely you are someone who is highly observant energetically. And sometimes you'll hear people say that some people are highly sensitive, highly energetically sensitive. All that means is that you are tuned in and receiving information on a different wavelength, different level than other people around you may be. You are actually listening to a different language. And this is what I'd like us to really understand today. Intuitive information is a language, it's a frequency. And when you are someone who feels that frequency, or hears that frequency, or sees that frequency, or smells that frequency, or tastes that frequency, or just knows that frequency, and it's something that's pretty regular for you, when you move into spaces, you may be or may not be with people who see, sense, feel, touch, smell, taste, all of those same different frequencies. And sometimes when we are someone who is highly attuned in that way, to read energy in that way, we can feel like we have to diminish our own senses in order to fit in with the group until you become really comfortable with what it is that you know to be your own language of intuitive interpretation, until that becomes your way of being and you understand how powerful that is and how wonderful it is for you to have that, you can diminish your own understanding and you can second guess yourself a lot and push away things that you know to be true, that you're experiencing, that you're sensing because other people don't understand it, don't feel it, are not really, with you on it, may even make you feel kind of silly about it. But what I want us to remember is that it is a different language. My husband is a musician. He's a professional drummer. He's amazing. And when he is with his bandmates, they speak a language and I don't understand it. And it is so fascinating to listen to them speak. They are so completely engaged with each other, so present with each other. The information's going back and forth, and it is a language. And this is exactly what intuition is like. This is exactly what sensing and feeling frequencies is like. This is exactly what sensing and feeling your own frequency is like, and why it's so important that you learn how to clear and tune your own frequency, because we are exchanging energy all the time, right? Our energy is moving out from us. We are also in resonance of energy and we are receiving energy. We are connecting with people. We are connecting through screens. We are connecting in life in different ways. So you will be picking up energy. It's not about I create this huge moat around me and this wall and nothing penetrates. It's not about that. We're in energy exchange all the time. It's about understanding that you want to be able to shift the frequencies. You want to be able to clear your energy, which of course is what we do in medical Qigong. We clear our energy, we strengthen or fortify our energy, and we balance our energy or regulate our energy. We don't really talk about, I'm going to make my energy brighter. I'm going to raise my frequency. That's not really in the language of medical Qigong, because we know that when you clear your energy, when you fortify, your energy, which means to strengthen the energy that runs through you. And then you're allowing the energy to be balanced, to be regulated, to move freely, that your vibration naturally expands itself. It naturally lifts. It's about vibrating differently. It's about having a different frequency as you move through your life. And this is why I really am so protective of people who are energetically sensitive, because I don't want them to dampen down their gifts. Because when you learn how to tune that gift, it changes your life personally and professionally. It changes how you interact with people. It changes what information you can pick up. Remember, again, this is a language. So you're receiving information that maybe the people around you don't have access to. That's very special and it's very helpful. And if we all were more in tune with frequency understanding, the world would be a very, very different place, because we would be picking up more on each other's emotional states, on how a room feels, how nature feels. We would be picking up on these different frequencies, and we would understand what needs to be tended to. We would have more compassion. We would have more understanding. So when you walk into a room, when you walk into a space and you feel something, just begin to notice, or maybe you see or hear, there are many, many different senses, but most of the people that I work with are very highly empathic, meaning that they feel things deeply. They feel energy in a space. They feel how others feel very deeply. And they often have a hard time being able to separate what they're feeling and what is coming into them. And that's a very important skill to develop, because you don't want to push away your intuitive skills because it's too overwhelming for you, or you're feeling like you're being enmeshed in other energy. What you want to develop is holding your own space, holding your own sacred space, holding your own power of energy. And that's why you build from the bottom up. You build from your foundation. You build from the earth. You build from the lower dantian. You build up in the energy of the body before you really start to open all of the other intuition in the body. It's exactly like building a house. If you don't have a firm, solid foundation on the earth, the house will crumble. So it's the same thing energetically in the body, especially in relationship to medical Qigong and Chinese medicine. So as you're building this foundation and you're holding a firm foundation, when you walk into a space, and I'm using a space as an example because that's often where people walk into an environment. It can be a meeting, but you're first walking into a room. Maybe maybe you're a healing professional and you are going to people's homes. Maybe you're a massage therapist and you're going to people's homes or office spaces. The first place that you're walking into is the environment. And when you walk into that environment, you're going to know a lot of information. Not only, of course, about the environment, but about the person that you're working with, because their emotional state is in that environment. Past meetings or interactions are in that environment. Do they cleanse that environment? Is it emotionally clear, mentally clear? Is it physically clean? That kind of thing all creates an energetic frequency. You're going into that, which is why many healing professionals prefer to have their own space, that people come to them, because, of course, they can create that space for themselves. It's the same if you are someone in a corporation, you have an office space somewhere. You want to keep your office space a certain vibration, and you can absolutely do that. But first, you have to know the vibration or the frequency that it's resonating at to begin with. So when you walk into these situations, you want to allow yourself to sense, however that is for you. You don't want to take it in, though. You want to learn how to sense outside of you. It's, again, you're picking up information. You're tuning into a language. And what is that language saying to you? How are you interpreting that language? What is it communicating with you? That's very important to understand. It also can be confusing for people who are highly energetically sensitive when we talk about a language, because sometimes when we're learning or we're just wanting to feel more confident about what it is we're picking up, we might say to somebody else, "Do you feel that? Or do you sense that?" And they don't, or they sense something different because they're interpreting a different language. However, if you diminish yourself, I must be making that up, or you feel different in any way, you'll start to tune your senses out. You'll start to tune out. And what you want to do is to practice tuning in and getting better and better. The reason why sometimes we feel uncomfortable is because as humans, we have a herd or a group or community mentality. We want to be accepted by our community. We want to be seen and appreciated and acknowledged. And if we're different, if we feel like an outcast, which many of the people who I work with do feel like that, they feel like people just don't understand them because they are tuning into information that other people are not regularly tuning into who are around them. And that can feel very isolating, right? Which is why it's very important to find your community of people who understand and who encourage you and lift you up instead of making you feel weird. We never want to feel weird because, again, this is a different language. This is a different way of moving through our heart space. It's a different way of connecting in the world. It's a different way of creating in the world. And if you're not acknowledging your intuitive, energetic gifts and understanding that this is how you exchange energy in your life, then most likely your life may not be flowing in ways that are easiest for you. You may be pushing against things because you are, in a sense, pushing away who you really are and how you really function in the world. So remember that intuitive exchange, information that you're picking up, information that you're giving, is a language, and it is interpreted individually by everyone. So there's certain things that we all feel like if you walk in and maybe a space feels heavy because there's a lot of emotional charge in that space, or the space has not been cleared ever. There's been a lot of environment in there. You can feel like a heaviness or a density. I'll ask students, I'll say, well, what is the density? Is it light? Is it fast moving? Is it slow? Is it heavy? Is it hot? Is it cold? You learn these different languages because when you start to interpret information, you start to learn that there's an entire scale of frequency information. It's not black and white. It's not yes and no. There's all different levels and layers in there that you can learn. Is it sharp? Is it fast? Is it dull? Is it empty, right? These are all words that we can use and have an understanding of a resonance of energy. This past weekend, I had this great experience because my husband is a professional drummer and they were playing at this beautiful jazz club. And when I go there, it's always a great show, but I know that I'm stepping into an environment that has a lot of emotion, that has a lot of alcohol, that has a lot of energy to it, and the space is not cleared. There's circulating air, but this is not a space that is cleansed and cleared. And when I walk in, I know that I'm walking into a whole bunch of information. And so if it's sunny out, I will stand in the sun for a few moments. I will breathe. I will align my energy. I will do the things that we do in medical Qigong. And I will set my alignment so that my resonance, the frequency that's vibrating in me, is balanced, but also I am fortifying myself. I'm fortifying, bringing in energy through the sun. I'm bringing in energy from my breath. And what in essence I'm doing is holding a sacred space for myself. Many people think that we create this outside energy bubble. And if you've taken my Energetic Protection 101 course, you know I repeatedly say that's not what we're doing. In medical Qigong, we align our energy because the energy from within us is what radiates out. How our energetic system is aligned, how our chakra system is aligned, how our dantians are aligned, how our organs are vibrating, how our cells are vibrating, how our thoughts are flowing, whatever we're thinking and feeling, how much sleep we've gotten, if we're nourished, if we're hungry, if we're full, all of those things change how you feel. They create a vibration in your body. They create a frequency. And so all of that is what you're resonating out. And as you move through your life, that's the frequency that's flowing with you. So I want to create a frequency that supports me. I want to be able to be attuned to what's the environment that I'm moving into, what's there. And I want to be able to hold my space and realign my space and not pull in everything and not connect to everything that's there. So I hope that that makes sense. If you're someone who gets overwhelmed with energy, or you're someone who feels like when I go into spaces, I just feel, I just feel icky because I feel like I'm just covered in energy. It is true that you're going to interact with energy. And it is true that you want to learn how to clear that energy because we're exchanging energy and we need to clear our energy and reset our energy, sometimes several times a day. So I know this going into this space. So I'll set myself before I go in. When I'm there, I have a wonderful time. I'm interacting, I'm laughing, playing. It's great. When the show is done, even though I feel great, it was a great show, when I leave, I can still sense every person who was there, the room, all of the vibration of the music, all of the emotions that are brought up in me, all these wonderful things. And I can feel like a little bit of pressure. That's how I interpret it, or a little bit heavy. If you don't understand that you have a choice, you can clear your energy. It's quite simple. You go into a space within yourself and you simply decide, I release what isn't mine and I let it go. And you breathe and you again realign your energy, grounding into the earth, realigning through your center. And we teach in medical Qigong how to bring this energy that flows through us naturally, how to bring it more into focus so that you are creating this wonderful energetic flow through your Taiji pole, which is holding your center core of light, that fills your entire body. And then, because it fills your entire body, what does it do? It radiates out into your fields. And that's the vibration that you hold. But it doesn't mean that every day is perfect. It means that you have the tools to readjust your energy all throughout the day because you're doing different interactions all throughout the day. You're hearing different conversations energetically all throughout the day. So, what I really want us to understand today is that being energetically sensitive, being energetically in tune is a wonderful way to be. We need more people like that in the world. The world would function very differently if we were all more energetically in tune. And to remember that what moves within you flows without you. And the third thing that I want us to remember is to not dampen down your gifts because other people might not understand them. You speak a certain language, and that language is going to get stronger and more expanded the more you practice and the more you allow yourself to discover tuning in and to allow yourself to discover being really in your power, being really grounded into the earth, to being fully in your heart, to being connected to the universe, to allow energy to flow through you. Remember, flow is everything. We block ourselves because we get afraid or we don't take good care of ourselves or we have emotions that need to release or we have injuries that we need to heal. Our energy gets blocked in our body. And so it's a daily thing to gently unlock that energy. It's not a bad thing. It creates flow in your body. So when you look at life as flow, things in your life move differently. So we're not about pushing out the information or being super protected, right, in our little castle and not letting anything in. It's about how do we flow with the energy? How do we communicate with the energy? How do we clear our energy and fortify our energy and regulate our energy to take care of ourselves so that we can have a more expanded, intuitive conversation because it is a gift and it is very important to guide you in your life. I thank you so much for being here. And if you are looking for a community, if you're looking to hone these levels of skill, please come over to my studio, the Art of Tuning In Studio. All the links are below. Love to see you there. It's a beautiful community, and this is what we work on, and this is how we expand our energy, and it is a joy. You'll see a huge difference in your energy levels. Come on over, ask some questions, join us, and I thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you in the next episode.